Hey everyone, itsThatSauce here. Just wanted to make another video, this time geared more towards players that are just starting out, and I want to make a progression guide on what you should focus on when you're starting and kind of give you some beginner tips and tricks. So the first thing, starting out, you want to do these rookie training missions. You get introduced to these basically from the beginning, and it pretty much guides you along. So as you do the story missions, and as you progress through this, um, eventually it's going to have you go to stage 510, which is a good stopping point because at 510 you unlock mostly every mode here, and once you keep going through this, you're actually going to get some pretty good gear sets. Like right here, you're going to get a nice, I believe it's a 6-star crit set. And then it's also going to give you like a 5-star attack set, which you can put on your farmer and help you level up fodder and clear a story mode. So definitely recommend going through all these rookie training missions. And here you can see, it has you upgrade 2 gears to plus 15. And don't go too crazy on upgrading. Just kind of do the bare minimum of these, and you'll be pretty good to go. And the next tip is there's actually another quest line called Queen's Mission. It's actually kind of right. It should be here, right next to the rookie training, but I already completed that, so it went away. But from that quest line, you're actually able to get another 6-star set. So very useful, and it really helps you progress through the early stages. Now the next tip is to join an alliance when you are level 30. That's when it unlocks. And you can join any alliance, really. This is the first alliance I joined when I hit that level, and I just, always been in this alliance. I'm not really active on talking and whatnot, but the benefit of joining an alliance is that you can contribute every day gold and this intelligence report. And what that'll do is give you currency for the supply shop, which you can see down here I have 604. Basically, every day, every week, you can be getting energy, you can get decoder chips, and this high-level recruitment card, which then you can trade in to get Toka. And so very good currency. There's no downside in joining Alliance. So definitely recommend you do that. And then there's also going to be Alliance raids that just passed, but it'll come back, and from there you get some pretty good rewards. Now the next tip is once you start going through the story mode, at a point after you clear stage 2-8, it's going to unlock this target elimination mode. Now this is where you're going to get most of your gear. That these bosses drop different gear sets. So you can see at the bottom the icons of the gear set, and mainly you're going to be focusing on the Promised Land and the Silent Recital. So the first and third here. This is referred to the Centaur, the first one, Promised Land, and this is going to give you it's going to give you an attack set, and sorry, not attack set. It's going to give you resistance set, accuracy, and speed. So speed is very useful on units. It's one of the most important stats that you want to try to get to. So a lot of my units actually run a speed set. And you want to progress through this, and eventually you want to try to get to stage 7. That's going to be the milestone that you get because it's going to start giving you 6-star gear. And once you start getting 6-star gear, you can continue to farm this. So you're not going to be able to jump into stage 7 right away. I actually had to farm stage 5 and 6 for a little bit, even though it's 5-star gear, but you got to start somewhere. So I just farmed the bare minimum. Once my units had enough 5-star gear, and also using the free set that they give you, I was eventually able to break into stage 7. And the very important note here is that you don't need your team to clear it 100%. once you're able to clear it once, you can set it on auto and just go to 30. And the best thing about this is that it'll it doesn't take any stamina if you fail. So even if you're at 5% clear rate, 10% clear rate, set it to 30, close the app, go do something else, come back later, you'll see a history of the runs you cleared and all the gear that you got, and you don't waste any stamina because if you fail, it doesn't take any. So really there's no downside to doing this, and it's a great way to farm. And I kind of like that game in that aspect where if you fail, it doesn't take any stamina. So I know some other games you waste stamina regardless, if you go into a stage. So it's pretty nice. So once you start farming stage 7 for a while, you can also farm stage 7 for the harpists. And this will give you 6-star gear sets as well. And from here, the mains that you want to focus on is the crit set. So this is going to go on like your damage dealers, and it also gives you immunity and riposte set, which more for bruisers, but later on you'll use it. But mainly I was farming stage for harpist for the crit set. That'll go on your damage dealers to help you do even more damage. So once you farm stage 7 for a while, you can move into stage 8 for Centaur. This will give you the gun slot and the boots. So 1 and 4. So once you can clear these 2 stages, that's your full speed set right there. So you need 4 gear pieces of the speed to complete a set. So you farm these 2 stages for a while. You can jump back to harpist, farm these for a little bit. Just if you're, because it's going to take a lot of farming to get the right main stat and right substats. And then once you build up a decent amount of gear and gear sets on your units, eventually try to move into stage 9 harpist. Now, so the idea is that you farm stage 7 and 8 on Centaur, so that covers your slot 1, 2, 3, and 4, and then stage 9 is going to give you your last 2, so 5 and 6 slots, which you can slot in for crit chance. So for your healer, eventually you can farm this Iron Maiden, which has HP set, but the beginning ones that they give you from completing the rookie missions and Queen's Quest, they're going to give you some HP sets and defense sets. Those are totally fine. Stick that on Morris and use her as part of the farming team. That'll do. She'll survive just fine, but eventually you're going to want to get better gear so you can move over to Iron Maiden and get this HP set here. It also drops a defense set, so you can kind of switch that around, and then attack set eventually you could use. But as you can see, I'm still on, I haven't even cleared stage 8 yet. I'm currently working on a team to do that, but it's really not needed right when you start out. Focus on Centaur and Harpist, and then eventually you can move into the Octopus, which is the last one there. It takes a little bit more gear and higher stats to clear that, but that's down the road. This is just mainly focusing on early to mid game. So once you start building up a decent amount of gear sets there, and you progress through story mode a good amount, you can also focus on the other game modes like mutation, waypoint. This gives you a lot of rewards. It gives you the sample currency, which you can then exchange in the supply shop, and also gives you summoning tickets. So each week it'll kind of sweep up to the latest stage that you've cleared, and it'll just give you all the rewards from that. There's also Lava Rift here, where it gives you a pretty good amount of rewards as well. So yeah, if you get stuck with story, or you get bored of it, you can jump around and do different content modes. And then this is a new one they just added, the Cat Orb. Also pretty good rewards, but it limits you for like for example, this green stage, you can only use green units. So a little bit harder because not everyone has 4 geared up um, characters of the element they're looking for. So I kind of put this on the back burner. For some of these, I can clear a little bit more. Like blue, I have a lot of blue units. So, but yeah, if you get bored of story, be sure to do hard mode as well, because that gives you good rewards. And try to get 3 stars, on these clears, because once you get 3 stars on them, you can click down at the bottom left there and get even more rewards. So this game is very generous in giving you rewards and clearing and gears and stuff, just to help you move along. And also, once you do those, you also want to do your dispatch. So it's this button down here where, again, it just gives you resources for the supply shop. So you just want to make sure these are always going, and to access that, you go into your fleet, and it is in the exploration shop. Now the 2 modes I recommend doing are the second one here. It gives you the science, I don't know what it's called, mutation sample. And also you want to try to go for the, not that one, these ones, the arena coins. These 2 are important, especially arena, because arena is kind of hard when you're starting out. You're not going to get too many rewards, and you want to make sure that you have enough coins to buy the energy, the chip, and also that currency, so you can get Lydia. And also you want to be getting the armament analyzer for unique equipment, but I can go into that in another video. And if you have extra, you can get these casting parts here. And for the sample exchange, I kind of mentioned this earlier, but again, you can get energy from here, fusing crystals, which is very important to fuse, and you can get summoning tickets, and then also chips. So easy way to get currency there, just do the dispatch. I just split it up into 2 each, 2 sample, 2 arena coins, and then super easy to get those currencies. And once you start farming, the hunts for a while, the target elimination, you should be able to gear up your team and then just easily breeze through the rest of the story, and you're well on your way to mid game and eventually move into late game. I would consider myself kind of mid game right now. I'm able to clear most of these bosses. As I mentioned earlier, I'm working on a team to clear Iron Maiden. She needs a heal block, which I'm building Gray right now. Her. So slowly getting there. It's stamina is also a big resource that I found that was limiting me for a long time, because I would just set it to 30 runs, do that, and I would quickly deplete my stamina. So I only have 27 refills right now, so I'm kind of being a little cautious. But yeah, just wanted to make some quick tips for you guys here, and be on the lookout for another video. I'll probably make a beginner tips and tricks guide, mainly geared towards free-to-play players, because I'm free-to-play myself. In the very beginning, I spent a little bit just on stamina refills, actually, because I was so limited and I kept wanting to farm. But other than that, I haven't bought anything yet. So I know the struggle. It's challenging when you don't have a lot of units to play around with. But I recently just pulled for Lobelia, which I got, and then I got a couple of new characters that currently working on building, and currently working on building out a Iron Maiden team. But yeah, that's all I had for you guys. Stay tuned, and if this was helpful at all, please give me a like and subscribe. It really helps me out a lot, just so I know that these videos are actually useful for people. Yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Thank you.